All right, welcome back to Home Design Studio. In this chapter, we are going to look on how to place external walls and internal walls. And then after, we will look on some tips on how to fix the room dimensions. After this tutorial, you will not only learn how to model in Revit, but you will also have some design tips. But before we get into this tutorial, I would like to ask you to like this tutorial because it helps me a lot. And if not already, I would suggest to subscribe because I make tutorials like this every week. Now let's get into the tutorial. To draw the walls, we will need two types of walls. We need generic to 300 millimeters for the external walls and 200 millimeters for the internal walls. To place the walls, let's go to Architecture tab and then go to Walls. And on this Modify panel, you can change some settings. You can change, we need our walls to be placed using the height, and the walls are connected to the level 2, and the height, the level height will be 4 meters for now, but I will show you how to change this in the next tutorial. Now the location line will be in the center of the wall, and the drawing method will be chained. Now let's start. I will start to draw the external wall from the grid 2, and the walls, because the location line of the walls is in the center line, then this means that the grid lines are going to be the central point for the wall. Now I will draw the wall from grid 2 to grid 1, then from grid B to grid D, then from grid 1 to grid 4, another wall from grid D to grid B, and then we finish from grid 4 to grid 3. Cancel twice to leave this particular wall. I will need another wall from grid B to grid D. Let me first of all select this one, right click and create similar. That means that we are going to create another wall which has the same properties as this one. Now I will draw this wall from grid B to grid D. We will then need another wall from grid B to grid C, another wall from grid 3 to grid 4, and yeah, we are kind of done. Okay, there is another wall here in the inside, but you can see that we do not have the grid. It will be a little bit trickier. It's going to be trickier, but don't worry because I am going to show you the trick to fix that. I will randomly place this wall here, and later I will fix the correct dimensions. Okay, now for the internal walls, I am going to need another type of wall, which is a generic 200 millimeters. Okay, but I guess this one is not even 200 millimeters. Let me see if this one is. Oh, this one is 200 millimeters. I will then select all of them. I will go to select one, right click, and then select all instances visible in that particular view, and then I will change this one from 200 millimeters to 300 millimeters. Okay. Now the internal walls are going to be generic 200 millimeters. Let us go to wall again, and we will choose generic 200 millimeters. For the placement, I will randomly place the walls because for now I do not have the grids to fix the correct dimensions. And after I will fix the dimensions, let me draw randomly a wall here to kind of create the storage and the kitchen. I will need another wall here to kind of separate the master bedroom with the master bath. I will need another wall here to kind of create the kids room. This is the kids room. Then we shall have two walls here to kind of create the kids bath. Please know that these are randomly placed, and we have not yet fixed the correct dimensions. Now we are going to fix the dimensions. How are we going to do that? To fix the dimensions, I am going to place quick dimensions, and from those quick dimensions, I will be able to change them to kind of fix the correct dimensions. Let's go to quick dimensions here, and I am going to measure in the inside. Okay, I'm going to measure from this wall to this wall, but at this instance it will be the internal dimensions. I will then go to closer to this particular wall, and then by default we can see that the snap is in the reference line. To switch between faces, I will click tab on the keyboard, and then I will be able to switch this on this face. Now I click and then go to the other wall, and then click tab to switch to the internal face, and click. I do the same here. Click tab for the internal face, click tab for the internal face, and then last click. I will do the same for all the rooms, but this time I will speed it up because it's the same principle. All right, I have finished place all the instant dimensions to kind of fix the rooms. Okay, now let's see on how to fix these rooms. Let us start by maybe the kids room, or we can even start by the master bedroom. Okay, the master bedroom, I want it to be 5.2 by 4.2. In this case, you can see that the width is correct. We have 4.2, but this one is 4.71, which is not correct. Now, to fix that one, I will select that wall which is going to be moved, and after selecting that, you can see that these instant dimensions are highlighted. I can click on this one and then type in desired dimension. I want 5.2. In that case, I will type in 5.2, and then I will click enter. And if I click enter, that particular wall will automatically move. Okay, now we remain with the 5.2 by 4.2 meters, which is large enough to host the king size bed with all the other fixtures such as the wardrobe and the TV area. And the remaining 4.2 by 1.5 will be the master bath, which will also sufficient enough. Let's now go to the kids room. Okay, and now the rooms are fixed. Now I will add some extra walls, like some extensions here. These walls extends like 0.8 meters from this edge. So the way to do that, I will select that one, then click and hold the mouse, and then drag that wall, that particular wall. But if I select this one, you can see that the dimension from here to here is not given. How will I now fix that one? How will I know that this is 1.8? I will again use the quick dimension, go to that particular wall, and then use tab to snap to the correct edge, and then I will snap to the other edge, and you can see that this is bigger than 0.8. I will then select this wall, and then from this instant dimension I will type in 0.8. And to fix this one, I will simply select that one and then drag that node and drag it until I snap to the other corner of the previous wall. And when I release my mouse, I am sure that this wall is also 0.8 because it snaps to that particular extension. Okay. Another type of wall that I am going to draw is another piece of wall here that is going to protect the barbecue furnitures here, because this outside space is going to be used as the barbecue, and we will need like a kind of protection wall here. How to do that? I will select this one and then right click and then create similar, and I will draw again a 0.8 meters wall here, 0.8, enter, and then I finish by cancelling twice to finish up with that one. All right.